Females in hip-hop. This is Fresh Hip-Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So yes, there's been a lot of female rappers in hip-hop over the decades, and I wanted to speak about it in this episode. Now we all know female rappers have played a crucial role in shaping hip-hop from its early days to the present. And here's a breakdown of some of the most influential and popular female rappers past and present. First, we'll start with the legends and the pioneers. These women helped pave the way in a male-dominated genre. We're talking about MC Lyte, one of the first solo female rappers to release a full album, 1988's Light as a Rock. You got Queen Latifah, blended rap with jazz and soul, also an advocate for women's rights and black pride. You got the legendary group Salt-N-Pepa, among the first of all female rap groups known for empowering lyrics and mainstream success, and they had some hits on them. You had Roxanne Shante, a bit before my time but a key figure in the Roxanne Wars and one of the earliest battle rappers. Now you got someone from my era, Missy Elliott, known for her groundbreaking visuals, genre-bending production, and quirky, innovative style. One thing I loved about Missy, their music videos were hot. Then you got those like Lil Kim, Da Brat, Foxy Brown, seriously iconic rappers. But then you go a little bit more modern day icons like Nicki Minaj, who, you know, a bit more commercial rappers that were pushing the envelope, hitting the charts and pushing boundaries. Like Nicki was very, very versatile, probably the most versatile female rapper we've ever seen, with her alter egos and dominating run in the 2010s. You had Cardi B, rose from reality TV to Grammy-winning rapper, known for raw personality and viral hits, and not putting out too many albums. You had Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not the biggest Megan Thee Stallion fan, and I know a lot of Tory Lanez fans are not the biggest Megan fans, but she's known for her high energy performances, strong feminist messaging, and Houston roots, and a bit of twerking. Doja Cat is a wild one. She kind of combines rap with pop and R&B. She's very commercial but very weird at the same time. When she first came out, she wasn't so odd, but then she's kind of a bit zany. That's how I put it. But then you've got today's female rappers, the ones that are really tearing it down. You could probably say maybe even more popular than the males. You got my favorite, Latto. She's blending that southern style with mainstream appeal, known for hits like Big Energy. You got Flo Milli. She's bringing that fun, cocky lyrics and that playful flow. I like it. And Ice Spice, she took the whole world by storm not too long ago. But she's known for her delivery and viral tracks like Munch. Yeah, that song was big out here. Then you got Glorilla. I like this girl, you know. I like her music. I like how she flows on the beat. Her and Latto are probably my favorite female rappers today. But she's a Memphis rapper with a gritty voice and empowering anthems. She seems pretty cool too. From NYC we got Lola Brooke, known for her aggressive delivery and street-centered lyrics. Now I can shout out other international female rappers, and that's what I'm gonna do. You got Little Sims, critically acclaimed for introspective lyrics and poetic delivery, and she's from the UK. You got Tierra Whack from the US. She's an artistic, experimental rapper, known for short-form concept albums. You got Sho Madjozi from South Africa, who mixes rap with songa culture and vibrant visuals. And then you got Annie from the UK, again blends grime and soul with socially conscious lyrics. But I know what you're asking, which era of female rappers was the best? But it depends on how you define the best, whether it's based on cultural impact, lyrical skill, commercial success, or representation. They're all significant in their own way. Now you've got the golden era of hip-hop. Now this is the late 80s or mid 80s to the early 90s. And these are the rappers that I kind of mentioned earlier. You got the legendary MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, Salt-N-Pepa, Roxanne Shante. Well, these ladies really kicked the door down, and like I said, in a male-dominated arena, pretty much breaking down barriers. Their lyrics often focused on like empowerment social issues, and skillful wordplay, in comparison to today's rap, which is all about money, twerking, and all sorts of craziness. Queen Latifah's Unity is still a landmark in feminist hip-hop, which you definitely do not see any of in a commercial landscape in hip-hop these days. But the next era is the commercial rise. You know, that was like the mid-90s to the late 90s. This is when rappers were getting money, not just the male ones, but the female ones too. Yeah, Lil Kim, Missy Elliott, Foxy Brown, Da Brat. I used to like Rah Digga as well, but she wasn't as big as these guys. But why did this era stand out so much? Why did it get so commercial? It was really the first time rappers achieved mainstream chart success, hitting the Billboard 100 charts with big songs like Ladies Night, Crush on You. People like Missy Elliott innovated with futuristic sounds and iconic visuals. Like I said before, her music videos were the best in my opinion, especially in terms of the females. Then Lil Kim and Foxy Brown redefined female sexuality in hip-hop. It was really like a Kim and Foxy back and forth at one point. It was like, who's the best? Who's the more daring to say crazy things? Lil Kim, in my opinion, came up on top on that level. But after that era of the mid to late 90s, maybe early 2000s, there was a bit of time where the female rappers kind of dried up. You know, Missy kind of went away for a bit, but she had a few songs at that time. You had people like Remy Ma come out, Trina, Eve, and although they had all great careers, I don't think they dominated in the same sense as the previous era. But then after these guys all left, there definitely was no rappers out. That's why there was a bit of a lull in hip-hop. It was all male dominated at that point. But that era, the mid-2000s, there definitely was fewer prominent female rappers in that time. But it still produced some underrated talent and some classic tracks. But then you get to the next era in hip-hop, and it really just kicked off with Nicki Minaj. Some people call it the Nicki Minaj era in the 2010s, because there really just was no female rappers before that doing anything mainstream. And Nicki kicked down the door, and Nicki got on top, and she held it down for a long time. She pretty much had the whole decade to herself. When she first came out, there was a bit of issues between her and Lil Kim, and it still runs on to this day, which is a shame because it would have been nice to see them on multiple songs together over the years. But there was massive commercial success. She not only was commercially successful, but she also possessed a real lyrical respect, ability, and versatility. And plus, she opened the doors for the next wave of female rappers, which made females in hip-hop much more marketable again. And that takes us to the next part of the renaissance of female rap in hip-hop. And that was around the late 2010s to pretty much today's age, with the key artists like I mentioned before: Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, Latto, Rhapsody, Ice Spice, Flo Milli, Tierra Whack. There's a whole bunch now. Probably the most dominant era in female rap of all time. Actually, I would say definitely. Why I say that is much more diverse representation than ever. The styles of rap, the backgrounds, and the messages. Although I do see a lot of sexually explicit messages more than anything, but at the same time, it's good to see female rappers in the numbers like it is right now. And at the end of the day, they're making good music. But yeah, huge streaming numbers, festival headliners, chart toppers, and it's not just one or two, it's, like I said, several. And definitely the best era in female rap in history. Just my opinion. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same. So which era was the best in female rap? You got the 80s to the early 90s. It was more new, culturally revolutionary. Then you got the mid 90s to almost like the early 2000s, where you got female rappers going a bit more commercial and getting on the pop charts. But then you got that little bit of a niche market in female rap where it's lyrical and more creative, like a Missy Elliott. Then you got, like I said, the Nicki Minaj era, the kind of dominance of one female rapper in the 2010s. And then you got now, where women are definitely having their best era in terms of popularity in hip-hop. But look, if you're into lyrical depth and originality, you might favor the early 90s, 80s, or of today's rap, maybe someone like Rhapsody, who really encompasses hip-hop in a nutshell. But if you love that mainstream sound, go for that Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, or Eve. But if you want to get on the dance floor, today's era is probably the best era for you. If you ask me who the best female MC of all time is, Someone I didn't really speak on so much in here is Lauryn Hill. I don't think there's any female rapper that can out-rap her. Besides a few projects with the Fugees, she only had one solo album herself, proper one, seen as one of the best albums of her whole generation, not just in hip-hop. But that's it about female rappers in hip-hop. Let me know what you think about this episode. Get in the comments, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.